for the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land. Shalom Israel. A hearty shalom to you, Jeffrey Seif here, and my better half,
Barry Seif, your wife.
Yes, and thank you for being the wife.
I love you, honey.
So what's on the menu today?
Well, this is our last podcast, and we have taken you from the youngest to the oldest, the newborn babies, ministries, children in hospitals, taking them toys, the soldiers, and the elderly Holocaust survivors. So we are going to hear from some people who participated with us on this journey, and I think our folks will really like it.
Clarify, if you will. Last podcast period or last one in this series regarding this trip?
In this series regarding this trip.
Yes, we're carrying on, and you're going to hear some voices in this program, hear from people that have gone on the journey, much as they impacted Israel. You're going to discover how Israel impacted these pilgrims.
One thing that I loved doing was giving out my bears. I passed out the bears, and either the babies or the young people that I gave them to were either sick or they had had some kind of surgery, and I told them just to love on them, and I've got them all ready to accept your love, and I want you to have this. And it was really neat passing those out. Yeah, and more will come after that. I'll be sure I'll get some made for y'all to take the next time.
I talked with my congregation, which is very small, about this trip, and everyone is very excited to hear what I experience here. So for me, every day was special, and but the highlights, there had been IDF and giving them gifts, looking at their smiles and gratitudes.
I think it's meeting the people, and you don't know the language, but they try really hard, because we can't try real hard because we don't know, but sign language, and just meeting all the people that came from the States too. And you guys, this has been wonderful, just wonderful.
And speaking of guys, we are joined now by one of the big guys, an old friend, Ken Berg. What do you think?
I don't know that I'm one of the big guys. I'm one of the guys, one of the many hundreds of people that it takes to put something like this together. And numero uno guy, person, lady, is your wife, Barry.
Yes, the name sounds familiar. Barry, you said. Yes.
I don't know how she gets any sleep at all. She has to oversee things long before the tour, organizing the gifts that will be given away, and talking to Israel and lining up the sites we're going to see with the people involved. There's no end to the things she has to do, but she is certainly one of the most important guys being referred to here. And I'm just amazed at what she's able to pull off.
Yes, she turns this house into a warehouse, by the way, storing goods that come in from all over the country to ship off to Israel. It's all about love.
It is, and it seeps out of her wherever she goes. She always has a smile on her face, and everybody who's on the tour, and I really do suggest those who have not been on a tour to take this tour with Barry. You'd be amazed.
You know, Barry, of course, left quite an impression on me, so I asked her to marry me, and Israel's made an impression too. Ken, we're kind of doing a wrap here, the last podcast in this series. What do you think you're going to remember the most out of all this?
I've been on 78 trips now, and I remember this one especially because of the joy of the people that were involved. They came to Israel not to see the sights necessarily, as much as to give of themselves, of their hearts, and to see the smiles on those from the Holocaust survivors, soldiers, or whatever that were ministered to, just was very warming to your heart. You can't help. I mean, tears will come to your eyes occasionally when you see Holocaust survivors weeping, and you want to weep along with them.
Your eyes, seriously.
Yes.
And the reason why I mention that isn't that I'm thinking you're insensitive. Oh my God, Ken, you were moved. No, it's just that, you and I have been to Israel a lot of times making television. We've done a lot of stuff there. and
Yeah.
you've coordinated actors and dramatic vignettes and
Yeah.
everything. It just doesn't get old. It still's beautiful, isn't it?
No, but you can't write the script for what we saw, what I experienced. I mean, it was all so natural, unscripted, and I loved it.
Maybe that's the beauty of it for you. You didn't, as a producer, have to worry about the technical stuff. You were just watching things in
Sure.
real
Well, I was,
time.
I did video of everything.
Yeah.
I was behind the camera and made all this, but still, I really do have to recognize one person. That's Jeff Lowry, who was a member of the group, and I'd like to thank him on camera for doing that. He was kind of my sidekick whenever I had a need for somebody to ask a question of one of the tourists or whatever. He was there to help and carry equipment for everybody. Sweet, sweet spirit. Jeff Lowry is wonderful.
He was a divinity student of mine, him and his wife, Helen.
Okay.
Really beautiful people. They've had a servant's attitude ever since I've known them.
Well, he shared some of those moments with us.
Yeah, I think for me it was really the hospitals and then the IDF and the hospitals because the parents just how they responded to us being there, knowing what was going on. I mean, and seeing the kids smile, all of that, that's always precious to me. But the parents knowing that they're in wartime and we're bringing stuff to animals to their kids and how they responded to that. And then IDF, I think they responded in a way that, and I've been here six times, and we visit IDF all the time, and they're appreciative all the time. But they this time, because it was wartime, they just they look at you like, are you crazy? Or why are you here? What is this all about? And so you have a better opportunity to really tell them that how much we do love them and we stand with them and we love Yeshua, and that we're here because we want to bless them and encourage them. And it really I think it cut to the chase a lot quicker this trip. Which was another thing that really stood out when our guide asked us to pray for Israel and to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And she explained what that meant to her, that it's not just peace is not just the absence of war, but it's wholeness, and pray for wholeness. And she said Israel just need to breathe, right? She just wanted space, time for them to breathe. And that's just another example of how intimate it was.
For Sarah, she'll most remember the wonderful ministry to the street people of Tel Aviv, led by Sergei of Aviv Ministry.
He gave his testimony about being a drug addict and having lived down the street, and and how he can empathize with the people, and how he came to the Lord, and how the Lord just changed his life dramatically, where he was healed, like really healed. It wasn't just the drugs that he talked about, but it was the emotional healing. And that's what he understands, that that's what these people need. It's not just getting off the drug, but it's the full inner healing. And he's just the one, what a ministry, because now he has that empathy and compassion and can go and talk to the people because he knows where they're at and love them. And for me, going out on the street, it broke my heart, to see these people, hurting so badly that they, have to live on the street, or I don't even know how they survive like that. And how much they wanted the t-shirts and the soaps and things that we were passing out to them.
Everyone here that we dealt with, every store that cold drink we bought or where we ate, they were so appreciative because we came and did business with them. And then a lot of them were even said, why did you come? And that opened the door for us to say, because we love a God that has a son, Jesus.
Before I committed to going to the trip, I was praying about it, and things were heating up in Israel already at the time. And, and at first I was like, oh, am I crazy to do this? This isn't a good time. In myself, it was before anybody even knew I was going to do this. And I prayed about it, and God just gave me a sense of peace and said, go. And as soon as I made that commitment to go, I mean, everything else just washed away. And then when people came up to me, like my daughter, who was very nervous, you know, Mom, why are you going? And this isn't a good time. And I understand you want to go to Israel, but not now. And I went, well, you know, I feel God calling me to go now. So I'm going now, and he's going to take care of it. And I've had that sense of peace the whole trip. Like, God's just got this, you know. I think people were so much more open to what we were doing and who we were. And like, oh my goodness, you came and we're at war? Don't you know we're at war? People kept saying, we're at war. And we're like, yeah, we know, but we're here to support you. And they're like, I can't believe that. That's just so fantastic. Yeah, I think it made all the difference.
And then one of the things I really like is that our group was, I think, one of the best groups that the Lord put together, right? I think we were all on the same page. It was always all about who we were going to see, right? And I think it was more intimate, much more intimate as a group, our group, and that I think we shared that. I think we displayed that when we interacted with others, and to me, that's what made it special.
Beautiful people, beautiful ministry trip. Those that went on it and those that are watching it. I'm telling you, I'm just so thankful to participate in all of this, and I'm glad that you are too. When I think of the trip as I've observed it, I think of a verse in Scripture where Jesus said, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it unto me. And he was talking to Jewish people, of course, in the Gospel of Matthew there, talking to and about. And I'm so appreciative for those that care to share. And I hope you enjoyed our journey. This one we're putting a wrap on, but there's more to come. But before we go,
Well, and I put a PS in there because I'm so thankful that Yeshua said the words about laying up treasure in heaven. Because some people give, and that's laying up their treasure in heaven, but other people come with us to Israel. And if you feel inclined to come, please contact us, sarshalomIsrael@gmail.com. And also for giving. This is a beautiful book that Ken did. I mean, his work, his craftsmanship is just remarkable, exemplary. And so we want to make this available to you for a donation of $50 or more to Sar Shalom Israel, to Shalom Israel, and give you the book, Heaven on Earth. I mean, the photos are beautiful. Yes, honey.
yeah, and to add value to it, you mentioned Ken who did it. That Ken is Ken Berg, and that Ken Berg is an award-winning videographer who's probably done more television programs in Israel than any other producer. The man has an eye. And honestly, I find these photographs transfixing. If you can't come to Israel, this book honestly is going to bring it to you. Absolutely inspiring.
Amen.
Honey, I love looking at you. You're inspiring. I hope for those of you that are looking at us, the story is inspiring. Thank you so much for going on the journey. To be continued.